the cloud. I forgot about that. So yeah, it's all about a nice, like, essentially it's about feeling nurtured, supported and held. So we're going to do a class like that today, which I thought was just a nice way to round up, kind of nice way to sort of, you know, probably everyone's tired, you know, I don't know if everyone's sort of finishing work or coming down from work now at the end of the year. And I just think we just need a nice nurturing practice today, and all in preparation for, I'm going to mute you all now as well, if everyone isn't already muted, in preparation for yeah, the new year. So let's just start in a seated, we'll start in a seated position as we always do. Make sure everything, so come into your mats, and so we're not going to do a lot of poses today. Just doing I mean, maybe we'd be lucky if we even get through 4 or 5. So taking, sitting on a block if you want to, or a cushion. Don't have to. That's quite nice. Coming into a cross-legged position. Just make sure you're comfortable. Any seated position today. But just want to be mindful that, you know, this is all about grounding and rooting. So even yesterday, the teacher that I was practicing with was talking about, you know, how in yin we stay close to the ground, we stay close to the earth. So this is all about sort of rerouting, yeah, regrounding, being in touch with the earth. So just as you're sitting in this posture now, just become aware of all the parts of your body now that are touching the ground and feeling rooted. And then from there, as always, just lifting up out of the body, lifting out of the waist. And use the inhale to help you lift up. So rather than using the body or the shoulders, use that inhale, use that natural breath. As you inhale, you're feeling everything expand and lift, and just using that to feel a little bit taller in the torso. And then just tucking the chin in just slightly, just so that the neck is long. And then just closing the eyes. And start to draw your attention inwards. Becoming aware of your inner space, your inner body. Just observing without judgment. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. And just starting to use the breath as a point of focus. And we'll use the breath as a point of focus throughout the whole practice. And just start to notice the stillness that you feel here in this moment. There's a stillness that we'd like to maintain if we can throughout the whole practice. And then we're just bringing the hands into prayer position, into the heart center. Taking a moment, if you wish, to set some intentions. Just drawing your focus or an aspect of your life maybe you're grateful for. And then just feeling the energy emanating from your heart space, from your chest, in through the hands. Surrendering all expectations and expressing gratitude for this time and this space and this practice. And just bowing the head, lowering down the chin, releasing down the hands. And just taking your time just to open the eyes and slowly bringing your attention back into the room. Okay. So we're going to start. The first posture is basically a lying twist. So we've done this before. So we're just going to set ourselves up. And if you've got a bolster, use a bolster. But you can use cushions and blankets but what you want is essentially a little bit of height. So I use like 2 bricks like so, and then I put my bolster on top of the bricks like this, and then probably the bricks are like this. So you want 1 brick sort of half high. So you can even use cushions, like you can build up. So you kind of basically want a height that goes up, yeah? You kind of want this leverage here, yeah? So even if you use some bricks or anything that you've got, even if these blocks, these bricks underneath. So you just want a little bit of height underneath. So even if you use cushions, and actually you can use another cushion on here because this is where your head's going to go as well. And actually, if you've got more cushions as well, I'd recommend having one in between the legs. Again, it's not necessary, but essentially we want to just feel as comfortable as possible, yeah? So we're going to start with the right hip. So I've got my opposites now. I'm going to do it properly. So I realise I always do it on my side, which is the opposite to your side. So I'm going to do it how we're supposed to do it, basically. So you're going to put your right hip basically up against the block or up against your cushion, yeah? The right hip up against the side. And then we're going to bend the legs. So they're kind of in what I would call Bharadvajrasana legs. So they both bend. There's a slight gap between the knees are around hip width apart. The feet are pointing to the side and back. And then if you want to, you don't have to, again, it's not necessary, but it's quite nice. If you want to, you can have a cushion in between the knees, or you can take a blanket and put that between the knees as well. And then you just got that hip up against your cushion. And then you're going to turn the chest to face the cushion, and then just lying down. And you kind of want to be thinking about bringing your whole chest onto the cushion. Yeah, and then you can just, this is it. This is the position, yeah? And then you can place your head wherever you want. So you can have, I generally think it's more comfortable to have the head facing the same side as the knees, but you're welcome to have the head anywhere you want to, yeah? Any way that it feels comfortable. Good. So then you can adjust yourself as you need. Sometimes, the boobs get in the way as well. That's all, numerous. So, wriggle yourself and find yourself in a comfortable position. And then once you're there, start to try to find complete stillness. And so we're going to be here for at least another 4 minutes. And so it's helpful to sometimes think about these movements as then, or these positions that we're holding, it's like meditation. So it's an opportunity to start to notice what's happening in the body, noticing what's coming up. Really using the breath as a point of focus. And slowing everything down. So I wanted to, it's traditional in yin to sometimes read things as we find ourselves in these positions. So I found some quotes and some thoughts, some wisdom. I thought it would be nice. A lot of it is Buddhist. I'm not a Buddhist, I'm not a practicing Buddhist myself, but I find there's a lot of wisdom in Buddhism. So they're just short quotes. And I just thought it'd be nice to read some of these while we're in these positions. And so the first one I wanted to read was some words from the Dalai Lama. And it's just a short quote from him. And he says, "The basic aim of my explanation is to show that by nature we are compassionate. That compassion is something very necessary and something which we can develop. It is important to know the exact meaning of compassion. The Buddhist interpretation is that genuine compassion is based on a clear acceptance or recognition that others, like oneself, want happiness and have the right to overcome suffering. On that basis, one develops some kind of concern about the welfare of others, irrespective of their attitude to oneself. That is compassion." So just 2 more minutes here. Okay, so now we're going to prepare ourselves to move on to the other side. So just take your time, no rush. A nice way of coming out of the position is just placing your hands, if your forearms are on the floor, it's just placing the hands on the floor and just slowly bringing yourself up. Again, we just want to stay as close to the ground as possible. Stay close. So the easiest way is to just turn the body and then just now bringing your left hip to the bolster. And again, you're coming onto your side. You can take a cushion in between the knees if you wish. And you just want to be, again, having that bolster just pushing in, or the cushion or whatever you have here, pushing into the side of the hip and then turning the chest onto your support. And then, again, you can have the hands wherever they feel comfortable, the forearms. And sometimes if you want to as well, I didn't say this in the first side, but if you want to, you can have something underneath the arm. So if you've got cushions, you can place maybe a cushion or a blanket underneath the forearms as well. You can place a blanket over you And then again, once you're in position, then just finding complete stillness. And just softening into this position. And so yin, I don't know if you are aware, but yin, obviously it comes from the concept of yin and yang, which we all know as that symbol, the Chinese symbol with the circle, and the white and the black, and the two white and black dots. You know, and it's about balance, and yin is the more, what we would say, receptive energy, we would say feminine energy, representing, you know, we talk about opposites, the moon, as opposed to the sun, cold instead of the heat. And, you know, we live in a very yang society, very action orientated, very doing orientated society. And so a yin practice is a really important way of finding a balance. So I have another little quote. Another one on compassion. And again, it's from, it's a direct quote from Buddha. Just a very short quote. And he says, "We can be spacious, yet full of loving kindness, full of compassion, yet serene. Live like the strings of a fine instrument, not too taut and not too loose." So again, I think, you know, alluding to balance. Just one more minute here. And then again, taking your time, very, very slowly, coming up into a seated position. Now you can leave your block, your cushions and everything where they are. So just coming up, and we're just going to come into a cross-legged position. So you have a few options. So you can come into like easy cross-legged position. So in front of your cushion or your bolster or what have you. So you can come into easy cross-legged. You're also welcome to come into a straddle as well if that's easier. So if there's any issues in the knees or the hips, this might feel easier to have the legs straight. But if you can come into easy cross-legged position. Also, if you want to, you can also come into what I call double pigeon, which is it's a very deep external hip opener. And this is where we place one foot on top of the knee and one knee on top of the foot. And then we have a triangle here. We have a triangle shape, yeah, with the thighs and the legs. So Double pigeon's quite challenging on the hips, but it's a nice hip opener. If you find that one knee's really, really high, you can place something underneath the knee. Also, sometimes it's quite nice to have something underneath the ankle, because I've got really bony ankles, so I always like to have cushion underneath the foot. But essentially what you want, ideally, if you want to come into this position, essentially you want the shins to be parallel to the body, and then you want this nice right angle triangle here, yeah? Now, if that's too strong, you can just come into easy cross-legged. And again, if the knees are really stiff, you can come into a straight leg position. So once you're in that position and you're facing your bolster, we're going to come it forward, yeah? So again, taking whatever support. So you can bring the bolster or the cushion in. I like to have something underneath my stomach. So this is something nice. So you can have something onto your head, but sometimes I think it's nice to have something underneath your stomach. So you just taking whatever you need to build your little construction. So sometimes if it just cushions into the stomach, and then cushions upon cushions upon cushions, and then we're going to move forward, yeah? So taking whatever you need. Also, if you haven't got all of this construction and you haven't got all of this height, potentially you could use a sofa. If you've got a chair or a sofa close by, you could come, I hope you can see this, but you could also still have the cushions in your stomach, and then you could rest your body, yeah, on your bed or a sofa, yeah. So obviously the lower down you come, so if we were doing this on the floor, for example, the lower down you come, the harder it is, the deeper this stretch, yeah? So take as much as you need, yeah, to support you so that you can start to feel comfortable. And I want the head supported as well. So for me, it looks something like this, yeah? And then, again, you can have the hands wherever they feel comfortable. Again, you can put like cushions underneath the forearms. You can interlace the hands. You can have the hands on underneath your head. So just have a play around and try and find yourself in a comfortable position. Because again, we're going to be staying here for about 5 minutes. Yeah. Also, you're welcome to, you don't have to move forward. It's a very deep flexion and deep opening in the hips. But again, we're trying to find if there's any discomfort at all, any discomfort in the hips, any discomfort in the knees, then really, you know, you have permission to just step away, or what was there was a saying of sort of stepping back from the brink almost, you know? And, you know, in the end, we want to feel there's a little bit where we, you know, we're obviously feeling, we're obviously doing some work here. But we want to be able to be supported enough to soften into the body and soften into the position. Breathing deeply, connecting to the breath and connecting to all of the body. There's so much wisdom in our bodies, so much often that our body is trying to tell us. And again, we live in a very fast-paced society. Often we may not get time or chance to really listen into the wisdom of the body and what it's telling us. And here is an opportunity to listen listening. So I'm going to read a passage from the Dhammapada, which is one of the books from the Pali Canon. So these are the direct words of Buddha. And this one is called the Sika. So in Sanskrit, a Sika is a sadhaka. It's called a sadhaka, someone who seeks knowledge, seeks truth, or seeks wisdom, or seeks to know themselves, to know who they are. We ask the question, who am I? And so this particular chapter is called the Sika. And it says, master your senses, what you taste and smell, what you see, what you hear. In all things be a master. Of what you do and say and think, be free. You are a seeker. Delight in the mastery of your hands and your feet, of your words and your thoughts. Delight in meditation and in solitude. Compose yourself, be happy. You are a seeker. Hold your tongue, do not exalt yourself, but lighten the way, for your words are sweet. Follow the truth of the way, reflect upon it, make it your own, live it. It will always sustain you. Do not turn away what is given you, nor reach out for what is given to others, lest you disturb your quietness. Give thanks for what has been given to you, however little. Be pure, never falter. So 1 more minute here. And now slowly, slowly, slowly again. Lifting the head, lifting the body, and just taking your time, just checking in with yourself. How do you feel? Be slow. And then just straighten out the legs. You can keep all your, your bolsters or your blocks where they are, and then just straightening the legs. And just release the knees. And then what I like to do is just swing the feet from side to side, just slowly. Just opening out slowly, rocking the legs from side to side, but just loosening out the hips. And then also what we could do is we can have the feet nice and wide, so slightly wide, bend the knees wider than the hips, and then just bring the knees in. Yeah, so we've just done an external rotation there, and then we just maybe want to bring the knees in. So this is a counter movement, a sort of internal rotation. Yeah. And then we'll just do the other side. Yeah. So if you were crossing the legs, you're going to cross the legs the other way. If you were coming into that half pigeon, double pigeon position, then again, just taking the other foot on the other side. You may find like one, as always is the case, often one side is slightly tighter. So you may find that you need a little bit more height under one knee if you're coming into the double pigeon. Or maybe you might feel like you want more height underneath the stomach or underneath the head because it's less available to come forward. So again, just taking everything that you need. Even sometimes for me with the blanket, I like to do this like so. I have the blanket underneath my foot on one side, and then I can fold that blanket so that it comes underneath the knee, and that gives me support for the knee, but also for the ankle as well. Yeah, so you can use that. And then again, just coming forward with your cushions or onto a bed or onto your sofa or a chair, whatever you've got to support yourself as you come forward now. And then just softening in, and again, we'll take 5 minutes here. So there's something about yin. I think it can be likened almost, if you think like a river. You know, we think of water as very, well, it's very fluid. I guess we don't often see the power and the strength of water, especially in something, you know, maybe thinking about a stream. But, you know, thinking about water over time, how it can sort of wear down or create a path, like a very, very defined path. But it does it through persistence, through, it's almost, I want to say passive almost. And yin is quite similar. You know, we're creating pathways, or we're creating change, but it's in a very, almost a more fluid and passive way. So I'm going to read another short quote. Again, more Buddha reflections. And this one is, the wind doesn't lend itself to being grasped by the hands or to being touched, but nevertheless, there is such a thing as wind. Just so there is nirvana, but one cannot point to nirvana, either by its color or shape. And that's it, that's the quote. So just as the wind doesn't lend itself to being grasped by the hands or to being touched, but nevertheless there is such a thing as wind. Just so there is nirvana, but one cannot point to nirvana, either by its color or shape. So I guess sort of alluding to some things that are maybe harder to grasp, less distinguished by material, able to be understood materially. And we live in a very material world. Just one more minute here. Okay, so now slowly again, just taking your time, no rush, just moving yourself out of this position. I would like us to do 2 last postures before we finish. So again, we're going to use cushions and blankets. If you have got a bolster, definitely use that. We're going to do bridge with the bolster. Personally, I like to have bricks underneath my bolster, so I like quite a bit of height. But the less height you have, the less stronger it is. Yeah. So the more height, the higher everything is, the stronger this is on the front of the body and the hips. The less height, the less strong. Yeah. So you can use again books if you've got them, cushions. Just load up the pillows, and then we're just going to have the cushion or the pillows long ways like so, and then. So we're just going to come into that bridge position. So just sitting on your support like so, and then just lying down until the shoulders and the head are on the floor. So the lower back and the hips stay on the support like so, yeah? If you've got straps, you're welcome to strap something around the thighs. So not so that the legs are together, but just so that, you know, the legs stay hip width apart. Again, you can strap the legs if you want this to be stronger, yeah? Either way, even if you're not strapping the legs, maybe just be mindful that the legs aren't going outwards. You don't want them too wide. You definitely want this slight inward rotation of the thighs and the legs. And you can have the legs bent, the feet stabilized into the floor, and then the hands wherever you wish. Yeah, relaxing here. Also, if you want to, again, if you want to make this stronger, you're welcome to straighten the legs and flex the feet. Yeah, but take your time with that if you want to. Yeah, so the having the legs bent is obviously more, is less stronger on the front of the thighs. Yeah, but you're welcome to straighten the legs if you wish, and if you want a bit of a deeper lengthening on the front of the thighs. And again, we're going to be here for 5 minutes, so softening into it. That looks good. That's it. So you want that lovely, great. Good. So just a little story from this morning. I had a little magical moment in the park. Sometimes I like to go for a run on a Saturday morning before teaching this class, and there's this really beautiful tree in the park, and it's my favourite tree. And I have a favourite tree. I'm not sure if you're allowed to have favourite trees, but it is my favourite tree. It's like this beautiful, large. I don't know how old it is, but its trunk is massive. It's like, you know, it's probably, yeah, like, I don't know, you probably could get 4 people holding hands around the trunk of the tree. It's massive. And so sometimes I just like to go. I mean, I was too embarrassed to actually hug it. Otherwise, if there was no one else around, I totally would have flung my arms around this tree and given it a lovely hug. But I just felt like I wanted to touch this tree and say thank you. Thank you for holding the balance of life, tree. Thank you for being sheltered and all the things that trees do for us. And then as I walked away, I don't know, like my mum knows this about me. You're all about to find out. I actually talk to plants and plants talk to me. And And as I walked away, this tree, I felt like it just blessed me. I don't know, I just felt like I had this moment of communion with this tree. And it was so beautiful, it nearly brought me to tears. It was so lovely. So there's no moral to that story. It was just a nice experience this morning. And I guess there's something in it that when we look after nature, nature looks after us. And it's really beautiful, really beautiful. So I have one quote here, another quote, and this is from a lady called Etty Hillesum. I don't actually know who she is or where, or anything about her, but she lived from 1914 to 1943. And she said, ultimately, we have just one moral duty: to reclaim large areas of peace in ourselves, more and more peace, and to reflect it towards others. And the more peace there is in us, the more peace there will be in our troubled world. So just 30 more seconds here. And now from here, we're just going to move straight into bringing our legs up. We're going to come into a kind of, from the Viparita Karani, essentially, or should I just say a kind of inversion, yeah? So obviously you're in your bridge position, the shoulders and the head is on the floor. So what you probably want to do is just slide a little way so that you want more of the tailbone on your support as opposed to your lower back, yeah? So in bridge, we've got more of the lower back supported, but you want to maybe slide just enough so that there's just the tailbone, and then just finding yourself a comfortable position and then straightening the legs and bringing them up. And this is the last posture. And then if you want to, you can have the knees slightly bent. If you want, have the legs slightly forward towards the body. And you'll find that the more that you, almost that the tailbone is supported and the legs are far forward, you'll feel that it's almost pushing your chest, your back into the floor. Yeah, so you should feel almost like there's a weight into your body. Yeah. You can do this with your legs up against the wall if you want to. Also, you can have a chair and then have your knees bent and have your feet and your shins or calves on the chair as well if you want to. Yeah. And so I just have one last quote. Which is by someone called Nikos Kazantzakis. Again, someone I don't know. I'm not aware of who that is. Maybe someone else does know. But someone who lived 1883 to 1957. Maybe I'm showing my ignorance here. Maybe everyone knows who. Maybe everyone knows who Nikos is. Sorry, I don't. I assume it's a man, but he has this quote and he says this. I think it's quite appropriate, especially as we go into Christmas. We're about to go into a Christmas period off the back of 2020, which has been, I had a moment where I was just like, gosh, what a year. Like, wow, what a year this has been. I guess I can only speak for myself, but I feel like it hasn't been all bad. It's been challenging, but I think there's lots to take from this year. I think there's a lot we can take from this year. And I think just as this is a period of, we're coming into the winter solstice on Monday, the 21st, Christmas, New Year, off the back of, really unprecedented, that word again, unprecedented year. It's a real time to reflect, I guess, on what really matters, what's important to us. But Nicola says, how simple and frugal a thing is happiness. A glass of wine, a roast chestnut, a wretched little brazier, the sound of the sea. All that is required to feel that here and now is happiness is a simple, frugal heart. And just one more minute here. Okay, so from here, we're just going to bend up the knees and bring the feet to the floor. And then I just want you to come out of this position by just sliding the hips away from your support until the sacrum and the lower back comes to the floor. And then maybe you can place your height underneath your knees if you want to. You can push it to the side. It's totally up to you, but just coming into that final rest and relaxation position. So you can start to take a cushion underneath the head, a blanket over the body. You can keep your height there and place them underneath the knees if you wish. And we're just going to take just this final relaxation, this final Shavasana. And this is a real opportunity just to just really observe like how the body is feeling. Observing maybe any shifts or changes from when we started. And just in communicating with the wisdom and intelligence of your body. And allowing yourself to be in a completely relaxed state. And then we're just going to start to awaken and prepare to come up to a seated position. So just take your time. There's absolutely no rush. Just allowing your body to reawaken, maybe rolling over onto one side. And then just in your own time, slowly making your way into a seated position. Hands in prayer. Finishing as we began. If you wish, with the eyes closed. Again, thank you very, very, very much. All of you, it's an honour. It's been an honour to teach you for the year 2020. Thank you all for your presence, for this community. And I'm going to let Claudine take it from here. I know we've gone over a little bit. I'm so sorry. I know we started a bit late, but I thought because it's our last session, maybe. So again, just have a lovely, lovely, amazing Christmas and New Year. And just sending you all lots and lots of love. And I'll see you in 2021.
And can I just say, on behalf of the group, and particularly on behalf of Green Party Women, huge thanks, Shaka, for everything that you've done this year. It's been a phenomenal effort. It's hugely appreciated by the committee and obviously by the women who have participated in this session. I think it's sort of kept a lot of us sane in a very difficult year. So just personally for me, thank you for all the time, the dedication that you've put into doing these sessions, and just to really say that it is absolutely appreciated what you've been doing, all your hard work and all your efforts. So thank you very much. And on that note of huge gratitude, I would like to welcome Claudine, who will now be doing the sound bath. As Claudine's getting ready, just a reminder, oh, they're there. Okay.
Just checking my sound again. Hopefully that's much better. I'm not sure. I mean, we've tried everything. I'm back to the what do you call it? Microphone. I'm hoping that will sort of make a difference today. But anyhow, if it doesn't, I do apologize. If you just get yourself in a comfortable position again, it's meditation as in guided. Today we're just taking a journey. If you just actually make sure that you are comfortable, warm, covered, because it's sort of like a long journey. We'll try and keep it very short. Thank you. Take a deep breath in and out. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Move your attention to the top of your head. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Move your attention to the back of your head. Breathing in and breathing out. Move your attention to the sides of your head. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Move your attention to your forehead. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your eyebrows. Breathing in and breathing out. Move your attention to your eyes. Breathing in and breathing out. Move your attention to your cheekbones. Breathing in and breathing out. Move your attention to your lips. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your chin. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to the back of your neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to the sides of your neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your throat area. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your shoulders. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your lower back. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your chest area. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your stomach area. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your navel area. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your hip area. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your thighs. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your knees. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your lower legs. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to your feet. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Feel them nestled on Mother Gaia. Feel you rooted, with your roots going all the way to the core of Mother Gaia. Feeling yourself grounded while breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now feel the warmth, the peace, the joy, the happiness, the harmony spread from the core of Mother Gaia, enveloping you from your feet, through your knees and the base of your spine, up through the back of your spine, through the navel chakra, through your heart chakra, through your throat chakra, through your third eye, to your crown chakra, which is on top of your head, and breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Feel a big column of light enveloping you from the highest point in the galaxies. This light moving from all your chakras through your monad, through your stellar chakra, through your crown chakra, as they all light up, feeling the warmth, the joy, the peace, the harmony, the love, spreading through your crown chakra, to your third eye, lighting through your throat chakra, lighting through your heart chakra, lighting through your solar plexus, lighting through your navel chakra, lighting through your base chakra, lighting through your earth chakra, lighting, connecting this light to Mother Gaia. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling the joy, the peace, the harmony, the love from the light throughout your whole body, spreading across where you live. Joy, peace, love, harmony, happiness, bliss, spreading to the whole world, spreading to the galaxy, to the multiverses, bringing joy, peace, love, harmony, bliss to all beings. Feel the same coming back to your own body. The peace, the love, the joy, the harmony, the love, happiness, bliss, enveloping your body. Breathing in and breathing out. Now bring your attention back to the tip of your nose. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Let all beings be happy. Let all beings be peaceful. Let all beings be liberated, liberated, liberated. Namaste.
things that could